Well, hey, good morning. Just getting ready to fix my coffee here. My hair is wet, but tomorrow morning I'm going to have it cut off real short. And I'll tell you why. I've liked the way it's looked recently as it's been growing out, but the weather's been warm and it tends to feel like I'm wearing one of those furry Russian hats. But also, I've been having a little problem with dealing with some headaches, and I just don't like all that on my head. I know it doesn't look like all that, does it? Oh, especially now because it's wet, but it just bothers me. So I thought, I'm just going to get it cut off real short. So anyway, but it'll still be me inside here. Okay, so I had something that may be of interest to some of you, okay? So because of the blood pressure medication that I've been on, let me get this coffee started. Let's see here. Okay, so I've got some milk. I just like milk and coffee, okay? And I don't always put it in, but I do enjoy it. What should I have? What should I have? Oh, my goodness. Okay. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have this vanilla custard pie. Wait, what's this? Oh, that's Melozio. You know what? I'm going to have the Melozio. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Melozio. Hopefully I don't have too much milk in here. Okay, and I'll read to you about Melozio, and then I'll tell you what I was going to tell you about, okay? So, Melozio is the one coffee that when I first got my coffees, it was the only one that I said no. And then I read about other people liking it for different reasons. And after reading that, I thought, let me give it another whirl. So it says why we love it. You can't help but fall for Melozio, and I guess I did eventually somewhat fall for it. It's a harmonious blend of fine quality Brazilian bourbon and Central American Arabicas, lightly roasted to create a rounded coffee that is smooth and perfectly balanced. And this is an intensity of 6, which is about the lowest intensity that I prefer. When it's lower than a 6, I don't generally care for it because it tends to taste thin and acidy to me. So, I'm just a really big advocate of when you don't like something, try it again after a while, because your tastes do change. And sometimes it's the way you think about something. And because I read about what other people thought of Melozio, kind of, enabled me to look for different things when I was tasting it. Oh, good. It's not going to overflow. Let's see. Let me get a spoon here. Let me get a napkin. Okay. And, oh, there, it's kind of sinking down some. So pretty. Look at that. Okay, let me put this down. And it kind of, okay. So, I was going to tell you, let me just get this stirred up. Ah, good. Okay. Okay, so I was going to tell you about this thing that I learned actually from my niece, who's a pediatric emergency physician. Mm, yeah, it tastes pretty good. But she's a physician, okay? And these days, I guess they teach physicians some more psychology stuff. Um, and or maybe this was just her own wisdom. Oh, good morning, Dwight. Hey, if y'all are watching, say something so I know you're there and I can greet you. All right. So, I'm taking this medication, and one of the side effects of it, especially, sometimes when you're on a medication regimen, it takes sometimes several days or even several weeks for you to adjust to it, for your body to get used to it and everything. And just checking on Grayson back there. So one of the side effects of this is it can make you feel a little bit droopy and low energy. And I was feeling just, kind of weird because I'm not accustomed to having low energy. And I was telling my niece about this, and she said, oh my gosh, y'all are going to laugh, but I think some of y'all might need to hear this too. She said, well, stop thinking about how you feel and go do something to get your mind off of it. And do you know what? I did that, and that took care of how I felt. But see, I tend to be an overthinker. I tend to just, be analyzing. I mean, you can tell by the kind of things that I talk about, right? Thinking about things and analyzing them, and just, I enjoy thinking. What can I tell you? It's one of the things, I don't know, if I had to make a list of hobbies, they never put this, but one of them they ought to put for me is thinking. Anyway, so last night this happened again, and I was feeling a different kind of weird from the medicine than I had felt before, and I texted her and I said, I don't know how to describe it. I just kind of feel not well. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel sick, but I just don't feel right, and blah, 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 blah. And then I said, oh, you know what? Maybe I need to stop thinking about it, because I remembered she had told me that previously. And I looked, it was later in the evening, so, I wasn't going to go outside or anything. And I saw that I had missed the last couple Curse of Oak Island shows. Yeah, I like watching that. It's sort of mesmerizing. It's, the way they do the show, it's very engaging, and I enjoy it. Well, anyhow, so I said, I'm going to go watch Oak Island, and I watched that, and immediately, I forgot about how I was feeling, and then when Oak Island was over, I thought, well, let's give this a little chaser of Everybody Loves Raymond, and I watched some of that, and I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, sometimes, I think especially when we get older, or also, honestly, during the whole COVID thing, because our lives have changed, and a lot of us, we're at home more, or we just, our routines have changed. And sometimes, oh my gosh, we're left with time to be thinking that maybe we didn't have before, or we didn't use before for thinking. And it's very easy to tend towards anxious or depressing thoughts. It really is. Or to wonder about things, which can then lead us to anxious or depressing thoughts, right? So there's a real simple solution to it. Now, in our minds, we're thinking, okay, if I just get this figured out, what's the answer to this? I'll feel better. No. First, feel better. Then maybe you'll get it figured out. But once you're feeling better, it might not matter to figure it out. Go do something. Get up and do something. Stop all the thinking and cogitating about it and get up and do something. Because so often That's the solution to feeling better. And honestly, so many of the problems that we ponder about are things that we can't do anything about, either because we are not able to do something about it. We don't have the power to do that, the ability, the permission. It may be something that nobody can do anything about. It may not be the right time to do something about it. It may be somebody else's job to do something. The point is, though, that at any time, mostly we need to feel better. And you know what? You don't need to have a drink or take drugs or, stuff like that, get into weird stuff. You just need to occupy your mind with something else. And very often the way to occupy your mind with something else is to physically get up and do something else. Or, even sometimes, like if I'm laying in bed at night and I can't fall asleep, sometimes I'll turn on the light and get out a crossword puzzle and work on that. And I enjoy crossword puzzles, but sure enough, the next thing I find, I'm dropping that pencil out of my hand and my head's drooping and my eyes are closing. Anyway, so if the way you're thinking, if what you're doing is not working out, if you're having anxious or depressing thoughts, do something else, okay? Stop trying to figure out the world's problems and do something physical even, okay? That'll get your mind off of your worries. God bless you. Have a good day.